Hello friends, it's Miss Dom, and today we are going to make a snake. So, as you can see, I have a circle shape. You're going to need to get a piece of paper and you're going to make a circle shape like the one that you can see. Now, I just took a lid from one of my containers in my kitchen to trace around to make my circle. If you draw a circle, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. We're going to turn that circle into a snake. Here is one that I started, and I'm going to finish that with you. But I thought drawing it on the computer might be a little easier for you to see. So that's how we're going to start. We're going to start with a circle. So if you need to pause this to get something that's a circle to trace, go ahead and do that. And then when you come back, let's talk about what we need to do to make the snake. All right, so you're going to need a pencil. And what I want you to do is start somewhere on the circle. It doesn't matter exactly where. And you're going to start going around the circle. Now, I want you to notice that I'm starting by touching the circle right here, and then as I go around, I'm not tracing the circle, okay? I'm leaving a little space here, all right? So this is going to be the snake's tail, and it's going to get a little bit wider as I come around here, okay? So I just want you to notice that. That's what I want you to do. So we're basically making a spiral. So we're going around, and get back to where I was before, and I'm going to spiral around. So I'm not touching the line again. I'm spiraling, going around and around and around, and then eventually I need to stop because this part right here is going to be my snake's head. Okay, so let me undo what I just did and do it again with you. This time I want you to try it. Okay, I want you to start on the circle. We're going to make a big spiral. That spiral is going to go around. It's not going to touch this line again. I'm spiraling, making that round shape smaller and smaller as I go until eventually that's going to be the snake's head. Okay, so you want to make sure it's a shape that looks like a snake's head. That works good. Okay, now once you have the spiral, then you can add some eyes, maybe some nostrils. So the idea is to try and make this look like a little snake head. Okay, so you don't need a whole lot of details in there. If you want to add a little mouth, you can. And so that's going to be your snake's head. Then I'm going to get some colors here. You can start adding some colors, and you're just going to draw. This is what I did for mine. I started with sort of a curving line to kind of make my snake look a little more 3D. And I'm going all the way around my snake here. Okay. All the way around. Now, you don't have to make yours look exactly like mine, okay? So if you don't want to do stripes, if you want to make your snake polka dot or diamond so it looks like a rattlesnake, you can do that. So however you want to color in your snake, that's what you need to do. I'm going to make the head green too. I'm going to add a little more green. So I'm just going in, getting some color on my snake. I might add some more patterns as well. All right. No, I need a little bit. So here in North Carolina, we have different snakes. Usually snakes won't bother you if you don't bother them. Usually when people get bit by a snake, it's because they accidentally step in it. So it's really important when you see a snake to leave it alone. You don't want to play with it. There are some snakes that are venomous here in North Carolina, and that means that when they bite you, there's poison in their bite that can make you really sick. Not all snakes are. Some of the scariest looking ones are not venomous. There's one that is called a black snake or a rat snake. They are really big and scary, but they're not venomous. But there are some venomous snakes here in North Carolina, so you do want to be careful. And again, usually if you just leave them alone, they won't bother you. They're more afraid of you than you are of them. Alright, so I'm just adding some more pattern on my snake. So the idea is to decorate the snake and go all the way around. And then the next step is going to be to cut it out. So that's what I'm going to be demonstrating in just a moment. And again, when you decorate your snake, you don't need to do what I'm doing. I'm just going around. And you can take your time and go a little slower. So again, if you need to pause this and then come back, that's fine. But I'm going to show you what to do next. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if I can switch this now. Oh, I good, I can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So this is one that I did on a piece of paper, and I'm going to cut just the circle out first. All right, I'm cutting out the circle. See what I'm doing here? Notice I'm turning the paper as I cut. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to cut on this black line. Okay, I'm going to cut all the way around the black line. Okay, I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to cut. And again, the hand that's holding the paper is turning the paper as I cut. All right, I am not turning the scissor hand. The scissor hand is just cutting. Keep these fingers away from the scissors. So as I get close, I'm sort of moving my hand and then turning it like a steering wheel as I cut. Okay. Now I've got a snake. Now I could color in the back. The back could be colored in if I want to keep it like this, or I can flip it over. One thing I'm going to try is just bending it. So I'm just going to try bending it a little bit just to give it a little more dimension. So I'm just bending it as I go around. So let's see what happens. Give me a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is give this snake a little bit of dimension as it curves around. Okay, so now, I don't know if you Let me hold this up so you can see it. Because of the bending that I did, this one so you can see a little better. A little bit of bending. Now when I set it down, it sort of stands up a little bit. And I'll set it down so you can see it a little bit better. It's a little hard to do in front of the camera here. Okay, but you get the idea. There we go. Okay. So if you want to do the bending, that just makes it so when you lay it down, it pops up a little bit. Okay. And so we're just having fun with patterns. Taking that circle and then turning it into a stretchy snake. And it sort of springs out a little bit. Spring, spring. All right, so I hope you have fun making the snake, and I'll see you next time. Bye.